Do you know the mayor of Suwal, Pangasinan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And how close are you with him?
Being a former policeman, I know him. I know him as a colleague also, as a police, sir.
But you are very close with him. Together with retired General Ronald D. Would that be correct?
I cannot answer for General Ronald Lee, sir.
Well, as on a while ago, may mga pictures po kayo eh.
He knows him, sir.
Kita-kita kayo eh. Di ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yeah. Kaya huwag ka naman sinungaling. May I ask Undersecretary Cruz? When was the raid of Pamban conducted?
Your Honor, it's March 13, 2024, Your Honor.
March 13.
Yes, sir.
Would it be true that the information that you had a meeting for March 13 in a certain camp in Region 3?
What particular meeting, Your Honor?
Did you have a meeting at Camp General Servilio Aquino of the Northern Luzon Command before the raid?
Before the raid, yes, sir. Sa NOLCOM po, sir, meron.
Yeah, that's the question that I...
Yes, sir, meron po, sir.
And in that meeting, informations were received by your office na lumalabas na yung mga tao doon sa Pogo Hub sa Pamban. Would that be correct?
Yes, sir. That's true, Your Honor.
Yes, that's true. And because of that, inapuran nyo na yung pag-conduct nyo na raid.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know, what were the expected, or what was the expected number of people that you would find in the Pogo Hub?
During our pre-op, sir, we're expecting around 1,000 to 1,500 foreign nationals ang dadatnan po namin, sir.
And how many were you able to arrest?
Sa record po namin, sir, about mga nasa 300 na lang po, sir, yung mga dinatnan namin, mga foreign national.
So, what was in your mind then?
Definitely, sir, nagkaroon po ng leakage.
Definite.
Yes, sir.
Sagot po nyo sa akin, definite.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
Kaya kumonti yung naratan ninyo.
Yes, sir.
May I ask if General Karamat is still here?
Present, Your Honor.
Okay. Narinig mo yung sagot ni Jose Cruz doon sa Kwan. Anong ko?
Yes, sir.
Na definitely nagkaroon ng leakage noong March 13 na operation, which included the Office of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. Tama?
Yes, I heard, Your Honor.
Yeah. Now, yung dahilan doon sa isang raid kung bakit yung bang Pamban na Jose Cruz yung elements ng CIDG galing na sa Region 1 Cordillera.
Yes, sir. Actually, kaya po na-delay, Your Honor, yung pagdating ng elements from the Region 1, sir, dahil medyo malayo po, sir. So that's why we need to, yung grupo na lang namin, sir, ang talaga nagtulong-tulong para maisara, sir, yung mga lalabasan, sir, ng mga nasa Pogo Hubs.
But the participating units knew of the raid.
Yes, sir. Kasama po namin, sir, yung CIDG nun, sir. Yes, sir.
Nung CIDG elements from where?
NCR, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. There was also a raid conducted on the same area by the CIDG alone. Tama po ba? I think that was, tatanong kanina, that was February 1 ba?
That's 2023, Your Honor.
Yes. Yun yung tanong ni Honorable Busita na CIDG lang ang nag-operate. Tama po?
That's what I heard, Your Honor.
Yes. Tama rin po ba, General Karamat?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes. And ang nag-lead ng raid, tatanong ni General Busita, if I understand it, si Colonel Alejandro?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. At after the raid, na-relieve siya.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero hindi pa ikaw ang CIDG head.
I was already the CIDG head, sir.
You were already.
Yes, sir.
Para makarify kasi magulo kanina yung tatanong.
Yes, sir.
Di ba? So you were already the CIDG head when Colonel Alejandro raided yung Pogo Hub sa Bamban Tarlac in February of 2023.
That's correct, Your Honor, sir.
Now, let's go back to the question of the Honorable Busita. Magulo kanina. Took most of our time. Yan lang sa question na yun. Issue na yan. You relieved Colonel Alejandro how many days after the raid?
A day after the operation, sir.
A day after the operation.
Yes, sir.
Now, the Honorable Busita did not ask you the reason why. I'm asking you the reason why a day after the operation you relieved the head of the team which operated against the Pogo Hub in Bamban Tarlac.
Yes, sir, because there was already scheduled a revamp among all my commanders, sir. Actually, it was not Colonel Alejandro was issued order on that day. There were several regional commanders who were included in that reshuffle, sir.
Do you know the mayor of Suwal, Pangasinan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And how close are you with him?
Being a former policeman, I know him. I know him as a colleague also, as a police, sir.
But you are very close with him. Together with retired General Ronald D. Would that be correct?
I cannot answer for General Ronald Lee, sir.
Well, as on a while ago, may mga pictures po kayo eh. Kaya na, tinta ng chairman kanina. Ako, I have picture. Would you still deny that?
I could only answer for myself, sir. But I suppose General
You do
Lee
not
was
know-
once the provincial director in Bulacan, sir. I'm in Pangasinan, sir, so I suppose he knows him, sir.
Kikita-kita kayo eh. Di ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes. Kaya huwag ka naman sinungaling. Marami nang ipadala sa akin na information eh. So, naman. So, the reason why Colonel Alejandro, after the raid in Bamban, was issued because meron ng plano na i-reshuffle ninyo. That's your official answer.
Yes, Your Honor, sir.
And you think this representation would believe that?
Tamagin, Your Honor, sir.
And you think this representation, paniniwalaan po yun, sabi nyo?
I believe so, sir, because I was the one who authorized that operation in Banban. I give them clearance, sir. So, there is no reason na talagang i-relieve ko dahil dun sa operation nila dahil ako mismo ang nagbigay ng clearance sa operations na yun.
Wait. I'm sorry, Chairman, ako. Because a while ago, you were telling us that you were on leave. Now, sinasabi mo...
That was a different operation, Your Honor, sir.
No. Wait. You told us that on February 1, during the operation of Colonel Alejandro, you were on leave.
No, sir. During the operation of Colonel Buyakaw that I was on
You were
leave.
on leave also.
No, sir. No, sir. I did not say that.
Anyway, Comsec, can you kindly backtrack the video? We wanted to find out. But for the meantime, you go ahead, Congressman Chairman Ako. Again, reminder, General Karamat, please, reminder po, huwag po tayo magsisinungaling sa hearing na to. Go ahead, Congressman Ako.
General Karamat,
Yes, sir.
would you know if the mayor of Pangasinan really the boyfriend of Madam or Mayor Alice? Not Congressman Batawi or Mayor Batawi, as insinuated by Honorable Abante.
The same, sir. I could give my answer based on evidence, sir.
Based on evidence, and what you're trying to tell this representation and the committee is that you do not have any evidence.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Din siya. General Karamat, maraming marites eh. Kung nakakarating po dito sa Maynila, ano pa kaya? Di po ba?
I will stick with my answer, Your Honor, sir, that I have no evidence, sir.
Okay. Kasi, kung titignan po ninyo kasi, yung pagtatanong ko kay Yusek Cruz, definitely nagkaroon na leakage, yun statement niya. Saan po kaya magagaling yung leakage? Kundi doon sa mga nakakaalam na merong operation against the Bamban Pogo Hub. Di po ba?
Sir, the operation...
You are an investigator. Alam mo na yung mga connections na yun.
Sir, I was not informed on that operation, sir. I was on leave abroad, sir. Zero knowledge talaga kami, sir. Even my command group, sir, were not informed of that operation, sir.
Yeah. Yusek Cruz, why were the two search warrants you secured for such an operation?
For the Banban operation, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. There were two search warrants.
Why?
Malaki po kasi sir yung compound. So we need to use two search warrants.
There were 36 buildings in that 9 hectare or 10 hectare property, right?
About 10 hectares, Your Honor.
Now, have you asked PAGCOR kung lahat po ng building o yung operations doon may lisensya lahat?
Ang kwento po sa amin, sir,
PAGCOR kung may lisensya lahat yung 36 buildings na yun?
We were told that only one building and that's at the second, third, fourth, and fifth floor lang, sir, yung may license. We did two search warrants, Your Honor. Kasi where the owner or maybe the operator during that time think that we will be rating lang sir yung isang building. But what we did sir is we applied for the whole compound. So kasi sir alam namin yung pinakikitang building sa PAGCOR is the building that they want to be inspected because wala kang makikita talaga doon sir. It's like they are pulling all the inspectors with that building. So what we did, we applied for the whole compound, sir. So we can get yung mga scam farms nila, sir.
Let's go to, let's leave that. Let's go to the rate of the subdivision in Tuba Benguet. Secretary Hari.
Yes,
I heard
Mr.
you
Chair.
mention that it belongs to a corporation with you having care so far as that corporation is concerned.
Ang interest po.
When you say interest, may shares po kayo.
Well, may nominal share po ako ngayon, pero gaya ng aking sinabi, we're in the process of reorganization and reallocating assets as part of estate planning at ito pong Baguio property, talaga kung bago pa mangyari itong rate nito, ay talagang pinili ko that I wanted.
I know the name of the corporation.
Na-submit ko na po sa Secretariat, PH2, mahaba ang pangalan eh. Binigay ko na po sa Secretariat po yung contract of lease.
And
Yes po.
And the majority shareholder is Biancham.
Biancham po. Biancham.
So there, may I ask that the SEC would give us the document so far as the corporation is concerned.
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
yeah, thank you so much. As a matter of fact, Congressman Ako, we have submitted, they have submitted the SEC a lot of documents pertaining to incorporators of the different companies. But this one is so different.
Mr. Chair, I have committed to submit it before this honorable committee.
Yeah. A while ago, we asked for that copy already.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we're
And I'm
expecting
committed.
to submit it in the soonest possible time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, according to the Chairman Paduano, document to come.
Yes. I think we asked the... okay. SEC, can you kindly give us also the documents pertaining to the corporations that was registered to your agency? Kasan ang SEC? Ayun, ha? You know the name of the company already, correct? Yes, we'll give you the name of the company. Or as soon as possible. Thank you.
And Secretary, I heard also that you would eventually could become your.
Yes, Your Honor.
You intend to buy all the shares.
Well, ang mangyayari po is Biancham owns PH2. Biancham will transfer the shares of PH2 to another holding corporation that I will be controlling, Your Honor.
And would you be at liberty to name the future owner?
Yes, Your Honor. It is Lopez Roque Holding Corporation.
And to Madam Andrea,
Opo, sir.
it has been sinasabi po ng lahat media it was during your time na tumami po yung tama po ba?
Hindi ko po alam kung saan ang basis noon, pero ang gawa po namin ay yung mga existing noon na POGO na offshore gaming operations, nagpa-license po sa amin at siguro po meron mga bagong nagpa-license. Pero po yung sinasabing proliferation, tulad po ng nabanggit noon, marami na po yan talaga sa Makati nung pang before 2016 at meron na rin po sa Clark. So, hindi ko po alam kung ano yung base ng proliferation, from what base ng number ng akala nila na meron hanggang doon sa nag-regulate na ang PAGCOR.
Kailan po kayo naging chairperson?
July 1, 2016 po.
July 1, 2016. Thereabout, nilabas po yung Executive Order number 13.
After 1 year, nilabas po yung Executive Order number 13 noon pong February 2017.
2017?
Opo.
Sigurado po kayo.
Opo.
So, before that, meron na mga POGO.
Before po yun, talaga pong may
Kasi yung
nag-call
mga
po
previous series namin, may mga nagsasabi na wala pang POGO noon. Baka meron na, pero hindi lang POGO ang pangalan.
Opo, ang pangalan po nila, pasensya na po kayo kasi.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Ang pangalan po nila noon ay iGaming Service Providers. Pero po itong iGaming Service Providers na to na nakalocate po sa Makati at ibang lugar, meron na pong nalaman na intelligence na ang yung mga yon ay operators na rin. Kaya po ang nangyari, nagkaroon ng move na nagka-information po ang Malacanang na gano'n, kaya po nagkaroon ng move na kung nandyan yan, dapat either pasarhan na o kaya i-regulate. Ang naging choice po, i-regulate. Kasi po, ang nangyayari po na sinasabi nila na service providers sila, kahit na po sila ay operators na ng offshore gaming, para po hindi sila magbayad ng franchise tax. Ang nakukubra po ng gobyerno ng panahon na yon ay 50 million pesos a year. Noong pong ni-take over po ng PAGCOR, nung pong as of, hindi ko lang po alam exact number, pero as of June 30, 2022, noong pong nag-retire ako from PAGCOR, mahigit 20 billion na po ang aming kinita. Yun po ay simula 2017, 18 at 19. Dahil after po nun ay pandemic na at talaga naman pong nagsara. Nag-resume lamang po ang operation at partial capacity noong pong later part ng 2019 nung pumayag ang IATF na ito ay considered na BPO.
Thank you, madam. In July of 2017, thereabout, 20 to 25 lang yung nag-apply sa Cuba.
Opo.
And the group was led by certain Mr. Kim Wong. Tama rin po.
Isa po siya sa mga nag-apply, pero po yung mga iba naman, titingnan niyo sa dokumento, kasi po hindi naman po pwedeng mag-base ng decision doon po sa mga bali-balita. Pero po yung sa mga dokumento na sinagmit ng mga corporators nila, iba-iba naman po ang mga ang mga shareholders at stockholders.
Pero during your time, pursuant to dun sa records po ng PAGCOR, it ballooned to 298.
Ay hindi po. Yun po ay, kasi po ang setup po, iba po yung operator, iba po yung service providers. Kasi po yung naging organization na ginawa namin para po i-separate nga po yung service providers at distinct po yun. Kasi po limang klaseng services ang kailangan para makag-operate. Ang operator po ang bali nagkakapital at bali po nag-i-integrate itong 5 services na to. Yung pong 5 services na yon, classify po namin na isa-isa lang. Halimbawa po, ito po yung service providers
PAGCOR, di po ba ang sabi nyo is 298 na data ninyo ang nag-operate ng POGO during that time?
Sir, the 298 po includes the licensees and the service providers at the time.
Kasi po ang setup noon, iba po yung licensees, iba yung service providers. Kasi po, bago maka-operate na, kailangan ng service provider ng customer service, strategic support, IT support, gaming software platform provider, at live studio and streaming. Pag po ganito ang aming pagkakategorize ng mga service providers para po pag-inspeksyon ng aming monitoring and enforcement team, malalaman po nila na kung ito po ay production o yung gaming software platform provider, yun lamang kung makikitang makinarya doon at tao na kailangan ang makikita. Hindi po sila halo-halo. Kung sinabi pong production, halimbawa po, table games lang po ang nandun, yung pong dealer lang, yun lang pong table at yung monitors. Kung paghahalo-haluin ito, mahirap na pong i-monitor kung sila ay magsasama-sama at pagkatapos ay magkakaroon na rin sila ng pagkakataong mag-operate. Kaya po dalawang layer po yun. Meron pong licenses at lahat po ng licenses, sila po ang nag-a-apply ng accreditation itong 5 klaseng serbisyong ito. Kaya po pag ito nahuli, nape-penalize po yung mismo service providers at nape-penalize din po yung operator.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. There was a statement alluded to you that you allowed the licensing of August pursuant to Executive Order Number 13 when you have not still completed your study insofar as these establishments are concerned.
Ang ganito po ang nangyari, kung issue po yung Executive Order 13, mandated na po na lahat po ng mga POGOs o yung offshore operating, yung na-detect na nagkukuha ng bets na ang tawag ay mga service providers na umalis na. Meron pong vacuum of regulation. So talaga po kami, kailan po ba mag-i-start kung magbabagong negosyo ka o magbabagong profesyon ka? Talaga po yung team namin, nag-form talaga kami ng OGLD. Puro po halos mga abogadong nandun. Pinag-aralan po yung mga ibang modelo at in-interview po yung mga taong nag-i-engage dyan para malaman po ang setup. Kasi po kung hindi gagawin yon at may vacuum po sa regulation, marami pong perang mawawala sa ating gobyerno, sa revenues. At pangalawa po, lalo pong magiging malala ang illegal gaming. Kasi kung walang mag-take over, illegal po sila lahat.
Marami po salamat, ma'am. Narinig po ninyo yung opening statement ni Madam Katrina Enrile kanina, di po ba? And ano po yung tugutan nyo po doon? I think this is your opportunity to refute all these statements alluded to PAGCOR during that time?
Marami po kasi siyang nasabi at hindi ko po na-catch lahat sa notes ko. Una po, gusto ko sana pong magpamanhin kay Senator Enrile, wala pong intensyon ng PAGCOR na kami ay malakit sa SESA. Nakasama ko po sa 9th Congress si Senator Enrile at ako po ay talagang malaki ang respeto sa kanya. Yung pong paglalahad namin, ayun lang po, ay yung information na nakuha namin noong mga panahong tinawag kami at sabihing pag-aralan kung ano itong offshore gaming. Yung po sa sinabi na tumatanggap ng taya ang mga offshore gaming operations o ang POGO sa loob ng Pilipinas, hindi po yun nangyayari. Kaya po ang tawag doon, offshore, ang tinatanggap lang kung pwedeng tayain ay doon po sa labas ang bayan natin. Din sinabi rin po na...
May I interject, Congressman Jacob? Do you have a system that will be able to find out that the betting is not being done in the country? Because I heard that one of your service provider, if I'm not mistaken, the Global something that was tackled in the Senate was actually proven that they cannot do the task in accordance with the TOR that they have signed. And that's the reason why Chairman Altenco said that, maybe Attorney Fernandez can attest to this query of the chair about that contract that contracted by PAGCOR with the service provider, a third party